know you for just a few minutes, and we're just going to talk about a couple of things that I think you will find very interesting in this room. Because one of the things that you often hear with Direct Selling Association presentations is the fact that over 65% of the people in direct selling are women. And when you get to know them, you will find out that there's some qualities about them that are extremely characteristic of success. And that is one of the areas that actually Viridian is completely flip-flopped. Our demographic is about 65% male. And so when we look at expansion and we look at opportunities, sometimes people think about, okay, what about territories, new states, new products, but there's also something that we just haven't managed to really get good traction in, and that is getting the major power players over from really dead-end direct selling, which is about durable goods and consumable commodities. Because what we have here is very, very unique. And these people over there, these people groups are about 98% women in some of the larger companies. They are not making residual income. They are having to constantly be churning durable goods. They are making something that could go away tomorrow if people decided that they want to cancel their auto ships. And so what we have here is very special. So I want to spend some time talking to these ladies, letting you get to know them just a little bit, because each of them in their own right is a very successful leader. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about you and what you really like about being in Generation B.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lamantia. Most of you know my husband. We are proud parents of 4 little guys, ages 9 to 4, who I hope are behaving at Grandma's right now. We were introduced to Viridian about 2.5 years ago. At the time, Vin and I were building another business together, and I was also a producer for an insurance company. So fast forward to now, we built a business together. In November of last year, I was able to call in well to my job, and I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom now. Yeah.
So hi, I'm Lella Piontek, and Big John is my husband is Big John. So we're from New Jersey, and we have 2 grown children. We both come from a heavy construction background, so we built a business together doing specialty construction. So we help people who need help urgently. And when Viridian came into our lives in about 2010, that was a really good fit for us because we saw that we can really make money and help people too. That's it.
My name is Janice Pescador, and my husband Frank and I have 2 adult children. I'm in the personal development field. I've been for many years. I'm a coach, and presently I work with John Maxwell, who's an amazing leadership author, so I'm really blessed about that. Started Viridian about 1.5 years ago and found out about it because I sit on a board of a nonprofit that's dedicated to keeping kids safe, and they were enrolled in the RFP program. So that was convenient. That's how I really found out about it. Viridian's brought amazing blessings to our life, and I think that one of the things is that we've been able to expand our inner circle to include all of you, so many new people and amazing friends, and we now have a game plan for securing our own economics in our life, and it feels really good to have that plan in place.
I'd just like to ask the 3 of you, just kind of in your opinions. I mean, we definitely are growing. We are growing very, very quickly. We see predominantly that we are attracting a lot of men and not necessarily a lot of power women. And I'm just kind of curious from your minds, because this is something that we're going to talk a lot about in this next year too. How can we make sure that we're growing on both sides of the gender so that we can grow together and be building up together and get even more and more momentum than we're in already? So what do you think about that, Jim?
Women make great network marketers to begin with. We're naturally social, we like to see one another, we like to be together. Maybe introducing some new tools that might be for smaller meetings, home-based meetings. I believe showing women how this can fit into their natural lives. Whether they're raising family, whether they have a full-time career, they can make time for this. And the best part for me, I know, is working side by side with my husband. And I know that appeals to a lot of women.
That's a definite hurt. Because I'm just kind of curious about, kind of what you're seeing, because you're out there all the time working it, and you're working the business. So, I mean, Lela, for you, what are you noticing in how the business is growing? You guys are growing like crazy on John. I mean, really, what are you seeing in your day-to-day business and how you're running it at home?
So there's definitely male dominance in this business, and we are network marketing is predominantly female, and as orders of network marketing, there should be a better representation there. I think what I wanted to say about changing this attitude is because I've been here before. I come from construction, so I know what it means to kind of try and penetrate that barrier. So I did not choose construction as a career. I was born into it, and at a certain time in my life, I presented myself to my father, and I said I wanted to be a project manager. And he's a man of very few words, and I said, but nobody will teach me this. And he said, well, it's your fault, and that was the end of the conversation. So he always left to interpret his meanings, and so I had to go away and really think about that. And I thought about it, and I grabbed the blueprints and I grabbed the specifications. I called my suppliers and my contractors. I sat down with my surveyors, and I let them teach me. And I studied for such a long time. So the end of the story is I did present myself, when the time was right, and I was a project manager, and I did well in that, and I'm very proud of that. And so the women out there, I hate to be so blunt, but it's your fault. That's it.
And you've been very successful in network marketing, even in another company. And so why do you think we're just not getting a lot of traction here? Because in the 2.5 years that I've been here, it just seems like we can't get any traction. And I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts are since you come from the industry.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I first came into this business that it was so predominantly male. I was really curious about that. But I have to say that, up until now, I think that everyone here agrees that Viridian is kind of like a fraternity, and no judgment there. It is what it is. And I think that that's okay because most other network marketing companies are like sororities, right? So predominantly women. But I think that with Viridian, we have an opportunity to create an amazing balance and to get it right. I think it's a vehicle that we're missing the boat by not really introducing this to women. What I notice is that men introduce this to men. And so I'm speaking to you guys, as well as the women here, that if you bring women into your business, you'll have a balance. Number one, you're going to expand the audience that you can reach and speak to and bring Viridian to. Women are amazing networkers. We love to support one another. We're great team builders. We love personal development. I mean, we are the quintessential perfect person to be in a network marketing opportunity. So we need to bring it. I think this is kind of a way to be able to, I think today is a launch day for us, and I think that we really need to start now by shifting our awareness on the fact that we don't have the women in the business, and we need to bring them in for all of those reasons.
So I think this is the first part, and one of the things that we've noticed recently is the women's call that's starting on Tuesday morning, and we're seeing kind of a lot of things that we can do to change that. And I'm looking forward to really growing this out, because again, this is a demographic that will benefit your team. Just like a color code where you want yellows and reds and whites and blues. We want balance because, like Janice just said, there's some incredible potentials that you have if we're not managing to be able to attract. These power women have thousands, tens of thousands of women in their organizations, and we have to make sure that we are not missing this. And right now, like I say, it is an untapped market for us, and I think that we need to really raise that. So, just in closing, Megan, is there maybe a thought, one or two that you would think that would help us over this next year to be able to grow this a little bit?
Well, Ben shared a statistic with me. 80% of women in America that make $100,000 or more are in this industry. So this is not new.
Wow.
So what I think our job, our mission is to just get it out there to the women and really not be afraid to show it, whether you're a man or a woman, go up to everyone. Everyone deserves this opportunity.
Back to you, Lola.
When I showed this video to associates, I asked them, what is the best part of this video that you like? We're going to doing a third-party poll, and they all said that they love the green content. And I think that we need to be more responsible with that and take that to the very foundation block, which is the family. I think we need to teach our children that when you flip a light switch on, it's not magic. You know, they have to equate that with a plant, and they have to see the pollution that comes out of it. We have to teach at that very level. I think that's our responsibility as parents, associates, as a company, as a people.
And Janice,
you know I have something to say. You know, this morning when I saw the first screen was turn it on, and then the next screen was what is it? I really believe that it is bringing more women into this business. And I think it's about raising our awareness about that. We now have a Tuesday morning call, women's call, a new Tuesday morning women's call, 7 o'clock. Feel free to get on it, men and women. It's okay. Thank you. And, you know, I think that we have our closed Facebook page, Women in Viridian. Come hop on that too, and just kind of, it gives us a community and a platform through which we can communicate and collaborate and support one another and share ideas. So I really, and I know that personal development is going to be a future focus, and I'm extremely excited about that for us. So yeah, so I'm excited about the possibilities, and I look forward to turning it on with bringing more women into the business.
all right, let's give it up for the women of